Hey there, Zam here for NerdTube, and welcome to Under the Radar Reviews, where I review a movie or a TV show that I felt had gone under the radar. Today's movie is 2018's Spike Lee classic, The BLACKKKLANSMAN. This film stars John David Washington, Adam Driver, Topper Grace, and Laura Harrier. With the rise of fascism and bigotry that we have in today's politics, I felt like I needed to watch this movie to see how far we had gone. And even though it's now 2025 and this movie is set in the 70s, which is like 50 years ago, we haven't really gone that far, which is unfortunate. But back in the 70s, with the end of segregation and the civil rights movement coming into play, which meant things like interracial marriage was allowed, there were people within that time period who didn't like these changes, and they thought equality was oppression, and those people happened to be within the Ku Klux Klan. John David Washington's character, Ron Stallworth, interrogates the Klan by first of all calling them up and pretending to be a white guy over the phone. And he doesn't change his name, unfortunately. He still calls himself Ron, but the people over the phone think that he's a white dude, and he ends up joining the Klan over the phone, but he needs somebody to represent him in the flesh, that being Adam Driver's character of Philip Zimmerman. Zimmerman being a Jewish cop, he knows the Klan hates him too, so he wants to take down the Klan as well. And so with both of these guys speaking on the phone and in the flesh, they try to extract as much information out of the Klan as possible, so that way they can take him down. We find that during the course of this movie that a terrorist activity will be taking place. I don't want to go too much into that, but we also find out more about the Klan, and the way Spike Lee directs and portrays the Klan is that these guys are fucking horrible human beings. They're idiots. Almost incestual like in their behavior and how they are so glued to each other, with no desire to just know anything else, to integrate with anybody else. They have so much hatred in their hearts. We see the Black Panther movement as well in this, the Black Power movement, and they are portrayed so beautifully. They look really cool, really sexy. The afros they have are fucking magnificent, and they want equality and they are willing to fight for it, and the portrayal of them is absolutely awesome. And then we have the cops, some good cops, some bad cops, some in-between cops as well, and we see how they are acting, especially amongst Zimmerman and Stallworth, who are the main two cops in this, when it comes to them going undercover and infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan. I did enjoy this film. It had some comedic moments, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, but those comedic moments bring a lot of levity to this film, because this film is kind of filmed in a way that is very mainstream. The way you see it, you know what I mean when it is regarding mainstream. But that means that things like the character Patrice Dumas, played by Laura Harrier, she just becomes your regular bog standard love interest and doesn't really offer much more than that. Topper Grace playing David Duke, good performance by him. David Duke is obviously a very evil person, a real life character, and so this film does feel like a true story. I'm not sure how much it represents of a true story. I'm sure some of it is fabricated, but knowing that in itself makes it quite interesting. This being set in the 70s, it looks absolutely beautiful. The aesthetics and everything, especially people within the Black Panther movement, they look so fucking amazing. Their leather jackets and everything else, glorious. The cars, the clothes people wear, you love it. I almost wish I was in that era myself. Probably not. I'll probably miss my smartphone too much, but nevertheless, it's just so beautiful to look at. I love it. I did enjoy this movie. It did feel a little bit long at times. Being 2 hours 15 minutes in length, you felt like they could shave it here and there, just to help with the pacing overall. But still, it's a very good film, very well portrayed. And John David Washington, even though he looks nothing like his dad Denzel, there are times when he's speaking and you think to yourself, "Damn, I hear your father," when you say those particular words, especially "my man," if you know what I mean. I'm gonna give BLACKKKLANSMAN a solid 8 out of 10. I did enjoy this film and I do recommend watching it. And at the very end of this movie, it does kind of remind you of today's world, which is why I brought that up at the beginning of this review, because we really should have gone so far away from all of this crap that was happening in the 60s, 70s regarding racism and race riots and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we haven't. It's still happening today. There's still bigotry and fascism and racism today. Where are we as a society that we still can't get over things like how somebody looks, or generalizing an entire race of people because of the activities of a few. It's crazy. It really does. It infuriates me at times. But yes, regardless of that, I did enjoy this movie, regardless of the political shit that we have to deal with today. So yeah, as I said earlier, 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care now. Bye bye.